Oh boy.
I'll try to get like
Dig your own grave and go by a tune. She eat up the dick and she don't use a spoon. I hop in the foreign and then it goes zoom. She too attached, think I need me some room. Talk about my bro, put be out at noon. They dumped me until I broke out my cocoon. If I catch him lacking, your homie is doomed. We clean this block, 30 shots out the broom. Half pace to pop out like it's toast. Hit that bitch once and I gotta go ghost. She see I got power, now she do the most. Internet gangsters get mad, make a post. Bet you I win, but my back is the road. Rockin' off white, so she think I'm the Pope. I jumped in the water, I knew I would float. You think you the best, and I'm killing the goat. Niggas was broke, all we had was hope. Bro hit the plug, all he had was dope. I get the last laugh if he think it's a joke. Say she got a friend, well I want them both. Ain't going to jail like me up in the booth. Talk out your mouth, then you might lose a tooth. Brody a scorer, all he know is shoot. I'm dropping the top, I think I lost my roof. Don't listen to him, he won't tell you.
Happy holidays, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome into 2022. As you can see, we're in 2026 here. We're finishing up this season with a final regular season game against Oregon in the Civil War back in Research Stadium. It's senior day for a lot of players on our team, and it's an opportunity for us to finish the season strong, 12-0, and look forward to the Pac-12 Championship and eventually the College Football Playoff. We did earn our spot into the Pac-12 Championship game. It'll be against USC. We took care of business against Washington State in our last game, so be sure to go check that one out. I'll tag it right here. And we've got a big one today against Oregon. Before we get into the game, of course, we're going to hit the sliders, Heisman Watch, Top 25, conference standings, rather, all the good stuff there. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. On the road to 450 subs, and we're so close to getting there. So help us get there. I'd appreciate that. It's kind of my goal, next goal, if you will, before we hit another one. All right, let's start with bowl projections. So we looked at these in the last episode. I don't think many of them have changed, but we got us and Notre Dame right now in the national championship. Of course, we would both have to win our semifinal game, assuming we make the college football playoff field. You got USC at Connecticut, team we played last year. Georgia and Michigan there in the Tag Slayer Gator Bowl. That game just went down yesterday, unfortunately. If you know me, you know I'm a big Michigan fan, so that was rough. You got Arizona State in there, though. You got Oregon in there, so pretty good showing from the Pac-12. And we got a whole lot of teams that right now have 5 wins that could sneak their way into a bowl game, and Washington's firmly in there. They're not one of those teams. They got 8 wins, so they're easily in there. And that's just about that, unless I missed any of them. But yeah, we got like 2 or 3 different teams that are 5 and 6 that have an opportunity to play their way into a bowl game. So we'll see how that all shakes out. No conference player of the week this week, but Oregon's quarterback landed on that list. So he's someone we're going to have to look out for today. Allen Gray there, over 300 yards passing. And as y'all know, our pass defense is weak. So hopefully those dudes can stand up and provide some kind of a test. John McConnell is back in the Heisman Watch. I don't really know why. You see his numbers there on the right side of the screen. Not very impressive, but he found his way back on the list, and you know what, I'm not going to complain about that. So let's keep it rolling with him. Hopefully he can end the season strong and put up some bigger numbers. I hope we can get a more competitive game. We might get one of those today against Oregon. They're second in the Pac-12 South, 7-4, really 6-2, really good in conference. 2-2 in division, so both of those losses coming in the division just speaks to how bad the South is. And speaking of the South, let's go take a look at it here. So you got USC 9-2, they're in first. Let's look at who they've played this year. I want to know what their last game is. So it is Notre Dame. That's interesting. Their last game is going to be against the top-ranked team in the country. Be a good litmus test to tell us how good we are. But Arizona State was right there, just 1 game behind them. I was hoping that those two would play this week to see who would earn their spot into the Pac-12 ship, but looks like USC's locked it down. All right, top 25. Let's see who's into the playoff field as of right now. So Notre Dame 1, Oregon State 2, Penn State's 3, Notre Dame's 4, or North Carolina rather. Those two kind of are flipping and flopping depending on the poll. But you got Texas on the outside looking in. USC's right there. Ohio State's there. UConn's there, unfortunately. I do not want Connecticut/Charlotte back in the playoff field because we just obliterated them last year. So anybody but them. USC, Notre Dame today, like I said, they got to avoid a loss because if they lose today, I think they would be eliminated from contention altogether with 3 losses. So back to our game, though. Oregon State, Civil War. Lee Corso is rolling with us. This is a good team, man. They got the number 19 total offense, number 24 total defense, and they're pretty good with the turnover margin. We, of course, are not, but we do have the advantage in most places on paper. Here's a look at our schedule. All these games are on YouTube, so be sure to go check them out if you haven't seen one or missed one. 4 different ranked wins: Tennessee, Michigan, USC, and Washington were all ranked wins. Only 2 of those count now, but at the time they were. looking at who Oregon has played, started off the season with 2 consecutive losses and ripped off 5 straight wins, then lost somehow to Stanford and Cal, which I don't really understand, but did beat Washington State and did beat Washington, 2 pretty good teams. Here's an update on our season stats for the year. Copeland has a chance to hit 3,000 passing yards today. McConnell got over the millennium mark in our last game with a 62-yard performance. Edgar Haas, our leading receiver now, look at that, 748 yards, 49 receptions, 4 touchdowns. He's really coming alive. He's ripped off like 2 consecutive 100-yard games. Casey Williamson, our leader, with 9 sacks. On the Oregon side of things, pretty good quarterback. We just talked about him, Allen Gray up there. Running back-wise, they got a 1,000-yard back in Robertson, so he's going to be a stud. Blankenship, I remember this guy from last year. He's good, about 1,000 yards in the year. Defensively, a guy with 4 sacks and a guy with 4 picks, so we got to look out for them. There's talent on this team, man. It's a good Oregon squad. They always come to play in this game. So 2026 Civil War, let's run it. All right, starting things off, not in the position I like to be in, which is on offense, and it's 3rd down. So we're forced to, make some moves here, kind of get creative with the route combinations. Looks like it's man-to-man coverage from Oregon. We're going to pass for this 8 yards. And we get the man-to-man, we get the slant, and Brewer makes the catch, moves the chains. This dude is Mr. 3rd down. He always comes up with a big catch when we need it. So the ensuing play, under 6 to go in the first quarter, they're blitzing, they're loading the box. We want to take a downfield shot. We get the mismatch on the far side. Parker gets off the press, and he's running 20, 15, 10, 5, and he dives in away from the defense. A 57-yard strike from Copeland to Parker, and we open up the scoring. These games never tend to be low scoring, so every time we have the opportunity to capitalize offensively with a big play, we have to do that. Now Oregon's first possession. They start with a play-action pass, broken tackle, and we finally get this dude on the ground. More cheese to come, that's all I'm going to say. Every single time we play this Oregon team, man, they just get broken tackles galore. Nice coverage by Brian Jude on the next play, closing down on that pass. Probably could have picked it off, but we'll take the swat. 3rd down and 4, 5:15 to go. We blitz, and it's there, but he gets the pass off just before Hemphill was able to get inside and make contact with him, so Blankenship makes the 22-yard catch, and Oregon gets a 1st down. Another 3rd down opportunity, and Atkins drops into coverage, swats that thing. Let's take one more look at this, because this is a really good play. So he's man-to-man with the running back. He stays in to pass protect. He just sits right there, sees the Texas route coming, and jumps in front of it. That's a very, very experienced and heady play by the linebacker. So Oregon settles for 3, and they knock through the long field goal, but then they give Dwayne Patton a chance on the kick return. Can he make a pay? He slices through like a loaf of bread, 45-50, over midfield, 30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dwayne Patton. I told them, don't give this dude a chance. He will make you pay every single time, and he proves that correct again. So 2 drives, or 2 touches, I guess, for the offense, and 2 scores, 1 special teams, 1 with the actual offense, and our defense is starting to shut down this run game. Vince Watkins with the tackle for loss, and now another 3rd down and medium situation for the Ducks. They're going to run, they're going to pass. Looks like they're going to pass. We got man-to-man coverage, locking up everywhere, but he gets the comeback route. Stewart with a nice close. Nearly got there to make the play, but just a little short. So another 1st down conversion, but Watkins says, hey, what's up, man? My name's Vince. Nice to meet you. Another TFL. So 2nd and 13, little under 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Got him behind schedule. Play action pass. Quarterback has all day in the pocket. He rolls out to his right side. Now goes downfield and connects with his receiver all the way down to our 15-yard line. 48 yards. He cannot have that much time in the pocket, man. That is absolutely ridiculous. So now a red zone chance for the Ducks. Going to pass again. Looks like we're in zone. And we blanket it and get the sack. Aaron Bates beats the left tackle and gets to the quarterback. We definitely needed that. Oregon tried to pass to the end zone in the next play. We broke that up. So 3rd and 18, we're just going to sit back in that cover 4. A 3-man rush. Nobody open. Watkins dropping back. And we finally get the pass pressure to get home. This time, it's Marquise Ramsauer, the true freshman defensive end, getting the big-time play. So Oregon would get pushed back pretty far, but not out of field goal range. They would tack on another 3, so 14-6. They can kick field goals all they want, though, because we don't kick field goals. All we do is score touchdowns. Couple of quick strikes here on the next drive, closing in on the end of the first quarter. First one's going to go to Parker, and the second one to Pennington here on the curl route. Easy work. And Oregon was just completely loading up the box, trying to shut down our run game. So we're just continuing with the aerial attacks. This time trying to set up an isolation for Brewer, but Copeland throws a pick. You know, I'm not going to get on him too much for this because if you see the back of a defender's helmet, you throw that football. He did, but 23 made one heck of a play to turn around, find the ball, and get the interception. I've never seen them pick that ball off on that play, but they did it. So now Oregon has a chance to respond and cut into the deficit, maybe even tie the game. 3rd down and 2. They motion the tight end over, and they're passing for it. We're in man-to-man coverage. He's looking, and he's getting sacked again. Let's go, man. That D-line stepping up big time. Casey Williamson this time with the sack. So that's now 3 different players that have gotten to the quarterback. And here's Wilson, Mr. Punt Return, Mr. Starting Field Position. He gets some great position for us with 26 yards there, starting in plus territory at Oregon's 48, but faced with a 3rd and 6. We're going to levels, and we're going to Brewer. Mr. 3rd down, baby. 11 yards on the conversion, and we get the 1st down. And now we want to take a shot off of that. 6:15 to go in the second. 2nd and 8. Got single high safety coverage. Looks like 0 across the board. We're going to bring Haas over on the slant, and that's who we're going to. Matched up with the free safety. Beats him inside. Easy work. Haas from Copeland for 13. And now we're back in the red zone. Slant bubble. Back to Haas. He's open again. This dude is Mr. Red Zone. This is the dude you want to give the ball to in there. Up to the 2. 2nd and goal. Quarterback power, and we don't get the blocks. Josh Wright was there and just let the dude run by him. So now 3rd and goal. We want to pass for it. Looking for the man-to-man. Looking for the mismatch. And that defender, I'm not even going to lie, he blends in with the white paint in the end zone there. So what do? We call up the same play, this time in the shotgun, though, and we're looking for one of our tight ends. We get the mismatch on the left side, and there's Howard sitting in the back of the end zone. Nobody there. Easy strike for Copeland, and the senior gets a big touchdown on senior day. Always love to get those guys involved, the seniors, that is, in the offense, in the game, really. 2nd week in a row that Howard has found the end zone, so that's good. But defense back to work. Oh, there's Watkins again. You can't run those draws, baby. 44 knows exactly what you want to do. So 3rd down and 3, 1 play later. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're blitzing. We got man-to-man across the board. Comeback route. Pettin's there. He gets his hand in, jars it loose. 4th down, and Oregon goes 3 and out. They'll have to punt it back to us. It ended up going in the end zone, believe it or not, for a touchback. So this is the first play of the ensuing drive, and we're checking to the pass because there's a pretty loaded box in there. Oregon's fool. They never saw this play on film, and there's Pennington behind the defense. He lays out and makes the catch at the Oregon 35. What a play. What a throw by Copeland, and we're moving. This time we hit Haas on the curl in the seam of the zone defense, and we're back in the red zone in the snap of a finger. Job ain't finished yet, though. We check to the Z spot. There's nobody there for McConnell, and he's diving into the end zone for another touchdown. We extend the lead, and all it took was 3 plays. So the strategy there was to try to run some clock and score again, go to the half, but, instead we got the easy touchdown in the snap of a finger, and now the defense has a chance to get us the ball back one more time. Jared Hemphill on the safety blitz made the tackle on 2nd down, sets up 3rd down. Jude is there, and he drops the interception. Oh, that's frustrating, man. You play such great defense there. You're in the position. You do everything you need to do except complete the play. But it forced Oregon to punt it back to us, and here's Wilson back at it in the punt return game. 24 yards there. So we'll start with, great starting field position at their 42 with about 2 minutes to go in the first half. Hit Brewer on the first play. Nifty spin by the receiver to get us about up to the 20 on the edge of the red zone. And we got Haas one-on-one on the far side. Easy read on the curl, and he pushes us up to the 6. And, we're thinking, maybe we get another drive after this one. So let's go to Haas here on 2nd and goal. He beats him one-on-one. Mr. Red Zone stepping up again. 7-yard touchdown. It's 35-6. Man, you're too good at this game when you got a whole Rolodex of touchdown plays from pretty much everywhere on the field. That we have, and we got a great defense as well. Williamson tosses his ass to the turf another sack. So now 3rd and 14. We spent timeout. We got 1 left, 40 seconds left in the half. 3rd and 14. Oh, and there's Williamson again. Why not? He's just teeing off at this point. We use our last timeout, and we get it back with about 30 seconds to go. No timeouts to go. This drive starts with a downfield shot for Haas. He holds on to the contact. There's 20 yards. Hey, new play alert right here. Play action pass, crossing route open. It's Pennington, and he's inside the 20. So we're moving the ball. We got 20 seconds left. No timeouts, though. I checked to the run, and Copeland gets brought down to the 10. We can't stop the clock. We did spike it, though, and tack on the field goal. So 38-6 at the half. Big-time second quarter and a big-time offensive explosion, especially through the air. You know, we just completely abandoned the run game because it just wasn't working, and we put up 318 through the air in that first half. Let's keep it up in the second. So I don't know if you guys have watched us play Oregon in the past, but we always play really well in the first half, not so good in the second, and the computer really cheeses out in the second as well. That should have been a pick right there. That's Exhibit A of many more to come. But now 3rd and goal for Oregon inside the 10. 6.5 to go in the third quarter, just getting going in the second. We're back at a cover 4, and he finds an open receiver in the back of the end zone. That's a cover 4. There should be somebody there to be covering that. Our defense does struggle in the zone, but that was just a complete lapse. That's fine, though. We'll give him 1 touchdown. We got the most dangerous return man back, and he's got a chance to take it all the way. No! He drops it, fumbles at the 20, and Oregon recovers. So just like that, they got a chance to get back into this game, and that they do. Collins breaks a tackle and scoots into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. That's 14 points in the matter of less than 10 seconds. So that's the cheese I was talking about. That's the game going on steroids that I was referring to. But you know what? When we got the offense that we have, as long as the offense gets the ball and we don't fumble on special teams every time, there's no stopping us. We were rolling the entire game. Their defense, I don't think, stopped us once, aside from the interception. And now we're really trying to get that run game going, especially because we passed it for so many in the first half. Here's McConnell using his speed, getting down the sideline and down to the Oregon 35. He was really bad in the first half. He really struggled, but he started to find his groove in the second, and we went to that run game. This time we're checking it down to Hall on the screen. He gets some great blocks and gets ahead for 10, and we're knocking on the door of the red zone once again. Out route for Pennington, easy work. We're starting to get in our bag with the play calling. So last time we were in this situation, I called up the corner threat. This time we go to the fullback angle, and McConnell makes the catch, beats his defender to the end zone. That's another touchdown play that we have, and it works to perfection. So now 45-20, 3.5 to go in the third. That ought to shut them up for a little bit, right? I mean, we can put up points. We know they can as well. Gray avoids the sack, hits a cutback route, and Oregon's back in the red zone. We just can't stop these guys. We got to have that sack, though. That's ridiculous. But 3rd and 3, 5-step pass, checks it down to a guy I didn't even know was eligible, but he makes the catch, gets the first down, and then Collins gets the payoff, hits pay dirt, and cuts back into the lead. So Oregon responds back to an 18-point game. Now our offense is back to work. And the run game continues to flourish. We set it up in the first half. It is working beautifully here in the second frame. Copeland with a big run, and he's finally tripped up at the Oregon 20. A big-time gain. We're sticking with it, though. Back to the ground and pound. Back to McConnell. He rumbles down inside the 10, pushed out of bounds. Now a 3rd and goal situation. This is key, guys. We got to come away with points here. We get the mismatch, zone defense. Pennington makes the grab through contact. Might have made it a little tougher on ourselves than we needed to. We also had Parker on the in, but we'll take the points. We score again. Man, it's a track meet at this point in the second half. Like, catch us if you can, We got like a lap lead on these guys. They're trying to come back and make up for lost time and lost ground, but, too little, too late, right? Defense continues to struggle in the zone, though. Spectacular grab by the receiver on that previous play. Bruh. And this is really their last opportunity to get back in this game. Patton should have had that pick there. Good coverage. Next play, though. There it is. Joel Stewart says, anything you can't do, Patton, I can do. He blankets the end route, gets the pick, and that would pretty much change this game. All right, so let's milk the clock, run the ball, get out of here with the easy win. No. Copeland is just completely inaccurate on that pass to the streaking receiver over the middle. Oregon picks it off. Now they got a chance to really get the 7 points back they just lost. 3rd down and 3 to shut down the run game. Jesse Bailey really coming on strong, having a great second half of the season. Shuts it down on 3rd, so now 4th and 5. Man-to-man coverage. We're not blitzing. We don't expect to run. They run it anyway, and Watkins sniffs out the draw, brings him down. Turnover on downs. So nothing much eventful would happen the rest of the way. We drove it down the length of the field, burned 5 minutes of clock like we should have done on the previous opportunity that we had. But y'all know we need to rack up those style points, and we do. Pennington beats the man-to-man coverage on the slant, makes the touchdown grab for 9 yards, and with that touchdown pass, Copeland's up to 7 for the game, and he breaks 2 school records, passing touchdowns in a season. He breaks Lee McGee's record from last year with 36, and passing touchdowns in a game with 7. Spectacular performance. He tacks on 2 points more. Why not? Let's put up a 60 piece against our biggest rival, right? And that would do it. 60-27. Copeland's obviously the player of the game. Definitely earned it. 7 total touchdowns, and we send the seniors off right with a big-time win. As has been the theme all season, big second quarter, 24-0 there. Oregon responded with a nice third, 21-14, but we did most of the groundwork in that first half, and we rode it all the way. Copeland, massive game, probably his best ever. 84% completion percentage, 400 yards passing pretty much, 7 tutties, 2 picks, 1 of which I don't really care about. 111 yards for McConnell, most of that coming in the second half. Haas, Pennington, big-time receiving outings. McConnell also had a pair of scores that way. Parker and Howard also chipped in 1 apiece as well. Defensively, spectacular performance. Maybe not so much in the second half, but definitely in the first. That front 6, front 7 did a great job against the run and got a whole lot of pressure. 3 TFLs for Williamson and Watkins. 3 sacks for Williamson, which has to be a career high. Joel Stewart added an interception. Love to see that, but we also had like 5 or 6 drop picks, which happens every game. Y'all know the deal by now. It's funny, I was actually talking to one of my friends on YouTube, Coach Schmeda, about maybe trading my 2 corners for a corner that he has because he's got a beastly corner down there at North Texas. But anyways, 575 yards total offense today. We shut down the run game. What else is new? We had 400 through the air, and that was really how we moved the ball today. We shut them down on 3rd down. They added it all up, cross the T's, dot the I's, and you get a 60-27 blowout win. Copeland, obviously the Pac-12 Player of the Week with that performance. Not a guy I would expect to come in and break some records passing, maybe rushing, but he certainly did that. Remember, this is a guy that was going to go to Army to play in the triple option, but no, man, he could throw the football. He deserves to be on that Heisman watch list there. McConnell gets booted, even though he had a really good game, all things considered. But good to see Copeland on there. He definitely has had a breakout season, and he might be back for another one next year. We'll see what happens with that. Let's take one more look at the conference standings, see who finished up where, maybe how many bowl teams we have. So Washington State and Cal both lost this week, so they miss out. But Oregon's in there. Washington's in there. They finished 9-3, 23rd in the nation in the rankings. On the south side, just 2 bowl teams, Arizona State and USC. I got to clap it up for the Sun Devils, though. 6-3 in conference. Gave USC a run for their money this year in the South, so you love to see that. All right, let's take one more look at how the polls are looking this week heading into conference championship week. So Notre Dame 1, Oregon State 2, Penn State 3, North Carolina 4. Then you got Texas at 5 right there, and freaking Connecticut's at 6, man. Please keep these dudes out. It looks like the top 6 are pretty much the teams that have the most likely chance to get in. And we'll have to take a look at what the scenarios are for the conference championships as well. So let's go ahead and do that, actually. All right, this is what we got. So Texas isn't going to be in one because the Big 12 doesn't play a championship game. Neither is Charlotte/UConn. So the teams to look out for this week are North Carolina. They got Wake Forest. And then I guess Penn State and Wisconsin as well. Another ranked matchup. So we need Penn State and North Carolina to win just to secure that Charlotte, UConn, whatever, doesn't get in. Anybody with them, I'll be happy with. I don't want to play Penn State again in the semis because we played them last year. I'll tag that game right here. But I'm hoping that we can get a new team, some fresh blood, and we'll see what happens, man. Next up for us is the Pac-12 Conference Championship against number 13 USC. They're 9-3. We played them once earlier this year in the Coliseum. We pulled out a 17-9 win. Really tough, really competitive game. I'll tag it right here. Go check it out if you didn't watch it earlier in the season. This one's going to be tough. They played us better than anybody this season, so I'm expecting a big-time test, and we got to earn our way into the college football playoff. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for the post notifications. I'll have that USC game for you guys in the next day or two. We'll talk to you then.